Apparition of Saint Iakovos Tsalikis in another form. When we read the book of his life, we know that he was conversing with the Saint David of Evia, and when he was, because he was the Saint Iakovos Tsalikis was the abbot of the monastery of Saint David of the island of Evia of Greece, and whenever he needed the saint's help, he asked him to appear to him, but in the form of, for example, somebody else, the gardener or somebody else, and that would happen. And now we seem to have an apparition of Saint Iakovos himself appearing to someone else in another form instead of the form that he had here while he was alive among us. Now, in a book related to the life of the blessed elder Saint Iakovos Tsalikis, narrated by George Sakardanos, which was published after the saint's death, 2 points made a special impression on me. The writer says, first, that he once asked Saint David to appear to him not as he is, but in the form of some well-known monk, or the gardener, for example, and as it happened, Saint David appeared to him in the form of the monk from the monastery. And the writer says, I wondered how it was possible for a saint to appear to you in a form known to you. And secondly, when in execution of his father's order, before he became a monk, he went to water their field on that day they had a right to water, and was obliged to stop the water from the neighbor's field who had acted illegally. As soon as the neighbor realized this, he started cursing him, and he replied to each curse, "Thank you, Father George, thank you." These 2 points somehow related to my next experience. Various human testimonies reported that the elder, after his dormition, appeared to people. I, hearing all these testimonies, with the courage of acquaintance, asked him to appear to me too, and I believed that he would do it. On December 30th, 1992, I had planned to travel to Agrinio, where I came from. In Ammonia, going up the stairs, I met an old beggar, but being in a hurry to catch the bus towards Kifissos, the river Kifissos, which would leave at 4 p.m., I avoided the person, which I later regretted. And when I arrived at the bus station, I was looking for a beggar to give 100 drachma coin that I took from the beggar, but I did not see anyone, and while the route was scheduled for 4 p.m., the bus had not yet arrived from Agrinio, and it was late. At 25 minutes after 4, I suddenly see, at a distance of about 300 meters from where I was, a beggar stretching out his hand in the midst of a group of 4 persons who continued to talk as if nothing had happened. This struck me, and I wondered if they did not see him. Then I see the beggar coming towards me, bypassing all the other people. Observing him, he reminded me very much of my sister's blessed man, old Father Confessor, but he also had the airy gait of the blessed elder Iakovos Tsalikis. He approached me from the side and held out his hand to me. Then I saw something that impressed me. The coins he was holding were arranged as if in a straight line and by value. The coins were in denominations of 20, 10, and 5 drachmas. When I gave him the 100 drachma coin, he stayed by my side and was slow to leave. I discreetly turned towards him to see why he was delaying. I noticed that he had taken the form of the blessed elder Iakovos. He looked as if he was curious about the coin I gave him. He turned and looked at me and said, "Thank you, Father George." At the time, I thought that my name had been chosen by chance, and I did not understand what actually had happened. Despite this, I felt a peace that accompanied me throughout the journey. The other day, I realized and interpreted what I had actually experienced. This is from the book The Elder Iakovos, and narratives and testimonies by those who knew him and had apparitions of him, from a book from United Romans from 2016. And this I've translated from a Greek article. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.